Shin Megami Tensei V, it has been 4 years, a long time coming, one of the very first games announced for the Nintendo Switch, and it has finally arrived, and I'm happy to report that the game looks amazing and lives up to the expectations that it has set. I've been playing this game for about a week at this point, and I've just hit the 50-hour mark, and I still have not even come close to seeing everything that this game has to offer. However, this is just going to be our early impressions of the game covering the first couple of hours, and it's also worth noting that we're only allowed to use screenshots at this moment, along with the trailer footage itself, but all you really need is screenshots to be able to see how great this game looks. Visually, the series has never looked this good, and the fact that it's running on a Nintendo Switch is an impressive feat in itself. Showcasing those amazing graphics is the world that you end up in at the beginning of the game, which is where demons lurk and where you are able to explore. Explore far enough and yes, you will find enemies that you can fight, which will initiate the press turn battle system. This is one of my favorite parts of the game and the Shin Megami Tensei series in general because the combat is really smart and really takes advantage of mechanics that will have you exploiting weaknesses from enemies to get extra turns. It's similar to the Persona series in that you will be exploiting weaknesses, however this time it's a bit more part of the core experience because it will affect how many turns you get as you fight. You start out with 4 turns at the beginning of battle, 1 for each demon. However, if you hit the weakness of an enemy, your turn icon will flash, which signifies that it has become a half turn. Half turns get used up no matter what, but it effectively doubles your turn count. This means that if you continue to hit the enemy's weakness, you can get a total of 8 turns before it's the enemy's turn. But there's also more to it. If you miss an attack, you lose a turn. And if you hit an enemy with an element that they reflect or absorb, you lose all of your turns. That makes it really important to make sure that you have your weaknesses covered for all of your members and to make sure that you are constantly hitting their enemies' weaknesses to take advantage of those turns. Because during certain encounters, it can get pretty tough if you're not taking advantage of that. Shin Megami Tensei games have always had great battle systems, so I'm glad it took what it had in Nocturne, which established the press turn system, and the mechanics in Shin Megami Tensei IV, and brought it all together in one game that has the fun turn-based system with the quality of life enhancements that I really enjoyed. Another aspect to battle that is really important is demon negotiation. This is the main way you're going to get new demons to your party aside from fusion, which I'll talk about later, but negotiation is an essential part of Shin Megami Tensei games. You go into battle, you see a demon that you like, talk to them, and try to persuade them to join your team. The thing is, it's not always as easy as that sounds. These demons are always greedy and they're not going to want to go for free. They're definitely going to want some stuff from you, whether that's your HP, your MP, a couple of rare items, or a lot of Maka. So they will ask you over and over for items and money and all that until they are satisfied and want to join your party. But sometimes you might not even get that far because you might respond in a way that might scare them off or make them upset, and they'll just leave with your items that you gave them. However, with all that being said, it still is one of my favorite parts of Shin Megami Tensei games. I just love the unpredictable nature that these guys have, and I love that each demon will not respond the same way, which makes it feel like they are their own demon, and so you kind of always get caught off guard with some funny responses. As a matter of fact, there are some crazily hilarious things that you'll see these demons say, and I freaking love it. Once you get them on your team, however, you'll be able to level them up and have them learn skills and all that and get more powerful, but at some point they'll stop learning new skills. And at that point, I think that's when the World of Shadows becomes necessary. World of Shadows is basically where you will carry out your demon fusion. This forbidden act combines the power of one demon with another to create a brand new demon. This is something that has been a thing in Persona games as well as Shin Megami Tensei, and yes, it has returned here, and it's amazing. You can see so many different combinations of demons that you can create from the ones that you currently have on you, the ones that you have registered in your compendium, which is an option that I really appreciate because sometimes I don't want to have to pull them out just to fuse them. And once you fuse them, you'll be able to transfer skills from the old demons to the new demons, which means depending on which demons you use to fuse, you can have that demon customizable to whatever skills you want from those old demons. Once again, this is extremely important in terms of like preparing for boss fights, which is a huge part of this game, I believe. So it is extremely important, and it's also just really nice to be able to have that customization so that your party is really unique. Another thing you can take advantage of in the World of Shadows is miracles and essences. You can learn miracles by spending glory points, which you can earn by finding collectibles out in the world and finding these little creatures called Mimon throughout the world. And these miracles grant you new abilities, such as being able to have demons beg for their life if they're cornered in battle, and other things like increasing your max skill slots as well as your demon's max skill slots. This is comparable to the app point system in Shin Megami Tensei IV, and I'm glad that it's made a return this time because that was once again another one of my favorite parts of Shin Megami Tensei IV, which was the customization and just the ability to unlock so many different things that you can do in the game. Now, Essence Fusion is another aspect of fusion which is actually really awesome in this game. As you level up your demons, or as you negotiate with demons, you can actually collect their essence, which is their demonic power, or more specifically, their skills. This is just the way that you can power up your demons or yourself, in that you can inherit their skills directly from the essence itself to you without the use of fusion. This is something, once again, that's really good for preparing for boss fights, if you want to make sure you have that specific element to take advantage of that boss's weakness, or if you want to just have a plethora of different magical skills if you're going for a magic build like I did. I find myself using essence fusion a lot more than actual demon fusion, simply because it's just so much easier to get the skills that I need for a demon that I either want to keep for a long time or one that I want to use to prepare for a specific fight. And once again, it's just another aspect of customization that I really enjoy in this game. So Shin Megami Tensei V seems very promising. It has beautiful visuals, fun gameplay to back it up, awesome fusion mechanics, and a ton of customization to make sure that your party can handle any challenge that's thrown at it. All of that, along with the fact that this game is also on an HD system and beautifully presented, means that this is a game that you definitely shouldn't overlook if you are a fan of JRPGs, if you're a fan of Persona, or if you're already an established fan of Shin Megami Tensei just trying to figure out what the newest in the series has to offer. We will have our full review on Shin Megami Tensei V coming up soon, but for now I would like to thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to GameXplain and ring the bell for a lot more on Shin Megami Tensei V and other things gaming too. Until next time.